Hey everyone, welcome to Coffee and Dice with Sylvia, the lady in the dress. So this week's going to be a little bit different. I'm actually home with 2 sick kids and a sick husband. So if we get interrupted or I have to cut it short, I apologize. I have to do the mom thing. So this week we've had a lot of really exciting things happen. Since my last video, we've gotten a lot of really good positive feedback from all of you guys about how you like seeing me, and you guys like the concept of a weekly coffee and dice video, and you guys can ask questions, interact with me, things like that, so that you know who to look for whenever you're at the conventions and things like that. So I'm really excited to be doing this every week. So we'll continue to do it until you guys tell me, nope, we're tired of hearing her voice. But I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what has been happening with the No Dice, No Glory team. So I kind of made some notes. Let's see. We've got some really good articles out on the No Dice, No Glory website that is talking about, Mitch Reed has one, A Tale of Two Battles of Gettysburg. So if you're a Gettysburg fan like my husband is, then you guys will be all about this article by Mitch. And then he also has podcast number 33 that is out. That is the Throck Returns. They're going to talk with Sean Sarah about Flames of War and why they still love it. Different types of board games or video games and things like that. Just what is the passion of the gaming that they love. James Copeland has a really good article that's getting ready to publish. I said James. Anyway, it's a review of the new documentary, They Shall Not Grow Old, by Peter Jackson. And it talks all about his love of World War I and different things like that. It's been a huge topic of conversation in my house because my husband is a history major. We do love everything military. And really, we're big Peter Jackson fans. So anybody that is, you know, big into the Lord of the Rings stuff and all of that, if you are a fan of how he does business, then you will definitely like They Shall Not Grow Old. And his review is amazing. I'm not going to spoil it, but I have gotten to take a little peek at it, and I also saw his videos. So yes, definitely check that out. As a history person, as a gamer, you guys will really, really appreciate that. Paulo, and Paulo, if I am saying your name wrong, I am sorry. I do not have a flair for the languages. So, but he has a great article that just published about Flames of War, the road to a tournament, and how he did it. So I kind of looked over it, and being involved in so many different conventions and being on so many different boards, it's a great article for, you know, those that are looking to set up new tournaments in their areas and things like that. So if you are, you know, hoping to have a tournament or wondering how to set up a games day or anything like that in your local community, definitely check out this article about the Flames of War. It doesn't matter what game system you're trying to do. The concept is the same. And it is a great way to help pull your community together. And then, so that's just some of the highlights of what is either recently published or what is coming up with the No Dice, No Glory team. And I'm really excited about the stuff that's coming up with them. So now let's talk about my week and what we did. I had to work this weekend, so I didn't get to game. But I did talk a whole lot of gaming with my team at work. We were talking about setting up a Dungeons and Dragons league at my office so that on drill weekends we can go out and play and things like that. It's just a good way to build my team up and find a common ground with them, get to know them a little bit better. Wow, our numbers are really starting to jump. We've got more people watching now. That's awesome. So I'm really looking forward to that and finding out, you know, what makes my team function. So for those of you that are supervisors in the civilian world, you may consider seeing if you have any common ground with your with your teammates so that you can try and get to know them a little bit better and maybe help build that team camaraderie a little bit more. That's what I'm using the gaming for in my day-to-day life for my my military career. But then I also went and played a game of Blood and Plunder at a friend's house, and I sent some pictures to the Facebook page. Sorry, I've been sick as well. So I posted some pictures to our Facebook page about, you know, our game and things like that. It was a blast to play. My husband and I teamed up against one of our friends. Our friend was playing the Dutch, and we were playing the unaligned, trying to take over for the compound that he had established and things like that. Unfortunately, we lost epically. We called the game after our forlorn hope had been blown up by a bunch of grenades that they threw themselves. So that was pretty epic. Hold on just a second. What is it, baby girl? Yes, you can have some. Sit down. So I told you guys we would probably get interrupted. My little gamer heard me talking to you guys and had to come and check it out. So, but whenever our forlorn hope decided to throw the grenades over the wall, and instead of throwing them over the wall, they threw them straight up and blew themselves up. Let's see. Austin says, what makes the game fun being on the losing side? So, we play for the fun of it. It really was just about the community and socializing with our friend. And it was nice for us because it was something that my husband and I could do together while the kids were at school, and we didn't have to worry about, you know, rushing home. So it was quasi date night for us. But it was nice because my husband was teaching me something new. I was able to ask questions that I hadn't discovered before. But yes, baby. The game had been going pretty well. We didn't take the best strategy coming in. We went to the further side, and where our friend was able to take up more of a defensive post. So looking back, we probably should have gone with a different side of the board. But it was just nice to be able to see how the different rules played out. We really questioned the rules. I'm very black and white, and I tend to comb through rules and ask a lot of detailed questions because, well, rules are rules and they should be followed. Hold on, my dog's about to knock over my tripod. There we go. I got it, baby. Thank you. But let's see. If a game can be fun, losing it must be good. Yeah, absolutely. Any game can be fun losing. It doesn't matter what game system you're using, as long as you're playing with the right people. And to me, that's what it's all about. It doesn't matter what game system I'm playing. It doesn't matter, you know, what the storyline is or the objective or anything like that. It's about the people and about the community. And you guys will hear me talk a lot about that. I'm big on teaching my kids especially to be good losers, be gracious, because stop, you're causing shadows. But being gracious losers because it's important in everyday life, and you can take that forward into your job, you know, your workplace, things like that. So it really was a lot of fun to play, even though we lost, and it was a great way to pull our family together, just even if it was just the two of us. And then Friday night, so we played on Wednesday or Thursday. And then Friday night, my son came over and my husband and son played some Warhammer 40K. I think my husband played the Space Marines and my son played the Tyranids. I had to leave in the middle of that game because I had to go to work. But from what I understand, that was a good game. Fun was had by all. And you know, it's still sitting on my dining room table now. So Mom was at work all weekend and there it sits. But I encourage you, pull your kids in, play, you know, find ways that you can incorporate your significant others so that you can, you know, find that common ground. It really is a interesting dynamic to sit there and listen to my coworkers talk to me about gaming and how they don't get to game with their families or their kids because their spouses don't understand. So try and find a way. And then I also will have some more information coming out. We've got a lot of gaming coming up in the coming weeks, so you guys will see a lot more pictures and posts and things like that of me. But we have a neighbor that is, a lot of you know that my husband is working on the Bolt Action Korea book that is heading to print here soon. And he's working with the Warlord team and getting that book ready. But I have a neighbor who is a Korean War Marine veteran that has invited us to go and have coffee with a bunch of his other Korean War vets. And so I'm going to be doing whenever I get it scheduled, I will make the announcement, and I will be doing a video with a group of Korean War vets to hear some of their stories and really appreciate what they have to offer. Not only as a gamer, as a historian, being involved, so heavily with this Korean bolt action book, but just as, sitting there listening to these gentlemen's stories and appreciating what they have to say. And I want to share that with you guys because I know all of you historical gamers would really, really appreciate that. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here since I don't see any more questions coming in. And I will be back on next Wednesday morning to talk about what is coming up with the No Dice, No Glory team, where you can find us at events. We have a lot of events coming up in March, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.